Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how Swamy Hanuman overcame the test of Surasa, and now all the Devatas were saying you did the third task very well. But then, as we all know, we are seeing only the second task that is being completed. The first one was Mainaka, the second one was with Surasa, and now he is moving ahead. And as he is moving ahead, he suddenly realized that his speed was becoming slow. Plavamanantutam drishtva Simhika namarakshasi manasa chintayamasa pravruddha kamarupini. So he is happily going, and suddenly a Rakshasi called Simhika, she saw him and she immediately started expanding her body, and she started thinking to herself, Adya dirghasya kalasya bhavishyamyahamaasida idam hi me mahatsatvam chirasya vasamagatam. After so many days, I finally got a huge animal I am going to eat. It sanjintya manasa chhayamasya samakshivat chhayayam gruhyamanayam chintayamasa vanaraha. Because she is pulling him using his shadow, his speed is coming down. He is like, something is happening, someone is really stopping me. Samakshiptosmi tarasa Pangukoda Parakramah Pritilomena Vatena Mahanauriva Sagare. All of a sudden my speed is coming down, and then he looks down. Tirya Gurdhamadas Chiva Vikshamanas Dadar Samhatsatvam Uttitam Lavanambhasi. All of a sudden he saw the huge animal that was trying to pull him using his shadow. Tadrishtva Chintayamasa Marutar Vikrudanam Kapirajena Kaitam Satyamadbhut Darsinam Chayagrahi Mahaviryam Taitam Natra Samsayaha. He quickly remembered the words of Sugriva. Swamy Hanuman quickly realized that, oh, this is the same animal that my king has told me about. So I should not have any other thought about this animal. I should quickly kill her. He quickly realizes that, and then he immediately goes down, and he enters. Ghanarajiva Garjanti Vanram Samavidravat Sadastapya Vivrutam Subhakan Mukham Kayamatran Medhavi Marmanicha Mahakapihi. So Swamy Hanuman quickly looks at the marmasthanas, or the spots in which he can kill her. He quickly realizes that, and he quickly enters her, and he quickly cuts off all the marmasthanas. Sasya nakastikšnaihi marman nitkritya vanaraha uttapadadhavegena maha manas sampata vikramaha. He quickly enters her, he breaks all her marmasthanas, and he comes out. Tam drishtva Chaturtyacha Dakshinya Venipatcha Kapi Pravarvo Vega Davruthe Punaratmavan. She dies. Swamy Hanuman comes out, and all the Devatas and all are saying, you have done the fourth great task. And the Devatas and Siddha Gandharvas, they are all saying, Yasyat Vedani Satvari Vanarendra Yadhatava Dhrutir Dushtir Matir Dakshyam Swakarmasu Nasidati. And all they said, if someone has four qualities, Dhriti, Drishti, Mati, and Dakshyam, that person, he will be able to clear all the problems that are there in his life. And from there, Swamy Hanuman moves ahead. He comes to Prapya Bhuishtu Parastu Sarvatah Pratilokayan Yojananam Satasyante Vanarajim Dadarsaha. So, Swamy Hanuman clears all the 100 yojanas, and there he saw a huge amount of trees, a lot of trees over there. He saw them. And then he also sees the Malaya Parvata mountain, also he sees there, and then he slowly lands there. He really ensures that he is landing very, very slowly. Tatasya Lambasya Gire Samruddhe Vichitrakute Vipatakute Saketa Kodhala Kanalikere Mahadrikuta Pratimo Mahatma. He really shrinks himself, he becomes small, and he slowly lands on the Lamba Parvata Sikhara, and from there he looks at the Lanka Patana and he says, Sasagaram Danavapannagayudam Balena Vikramya Mahaurimalinam Vipatyatirecha Mahodadhesda Dadarisa Lankam Amaravati Miva. So from there he is looking at the Lanka Patana, which is looking like the Devendra's Amaravati. That's how Swamy Hanuman has crossed the entire ocean and has landed in Lanka. But then there is something that we really need to discuss here. What are the four tasks? There are only three tasks that we are seeing. Where did the fourth one come? So, and we also need to see this Dhriti, Drishti, Mati, and Dakshyam. All these four aspects in detail. What does it mean to have all these four qualities? That also needs to be seen. And is there a second layer of meaning to all the things that Swamy Hanuman has done, all these Vighnas that Swamy Hanuman has, is there a second or a third layer of meaning to all of them? That's again something that we ought to see. So, what are the four tasks? We saw only three: Mainaka, Surasa, and Simhika. But the fourth one, or the first one here is, nobody wanted to do something, and you still went ahead and did it. That's dhriti. That's the most important quality that one needs to possess. Dhriti. If someone says, okay, there was no doctor in my family, but then as a student you would say, I'll be the first doctor in this family. That's dhriti. That's where you are telling not just yourself, you are telling everyone in this world that I am going to achieve a certain thing which has not been achieved before. So that is dhruti. Nobody crossed the ocean till now by just jumping. Even Ravana and all, they took help of flights, vimanas and all. He said, I have the ability to do this, I will do this. So that is dhruti. Then the second thing, when you are doing a very important activity of life, the first hurdle that comes to you is not a troublesome thing, it comes to you as a friendly thing. For example, you see, you start doing something good, people will come to you praising you. That praising, that sort of praising attitude, that the moment you become a slave to all the praise and all the good things that the people talk to you, that's the moment where you start losing your focus. That's the moment where you start losing your focus. And you should be very, very careful when people come to you praising you, and you look at all the great things that you want to do in your life. The first Vighna that comes to you in the form of praising only. That's what Mainaka did. Okay, that's a Satvika Atanka that comes to you when you are on your path to progress. But then you should be focused like razor sharp on the end goal, and you should not fall for this praise. That is drishti, having focus on what you want to achieve and discarding the laurels that are coming on the way and saying that okay, these are all coming to me, but this is not what I want to begin with. That is drishti. Now, the third one is mati. Mati is the ability to complete or perform a task. See, when you are doing one important task, for example, you are supposed to deliver a very, very important presentation in the office. You are going towards office. There is a lot of traffic. And now see, there is no way that you can go to office from your home without overcoming the traffic. Imagine that's the sort of situation that you are in. Now, what you should do, your focus is on the presentation that you need to give. So you would not drive rash, you would not pick up arguments with the co-drivers on the path. You don't have a point to prove there that you are the best driver available. No, for you, the task that you are going to accomplish in the office, that's the most important thing. So you focus on that, and you discard the other tasks, which is a vihita karma. There is something that you should do. There is no escape for you from this. You will have to do this task, but then this is not the main task. So that's the reason why I am giving you this driving wala example, because your main task is going to office and presenting, going to office and strategizing, or whatever is that work that is supposed to be done for you in the office. And to get there, yes, you will have to drive. So you will be careful. So you make yourself short there. When the task itself is so huge, you will make yourself very, very short. That's what Swamy Hanuman did, right? When the task was, when Surasa's mouth was very wide, he became very small. He went inside, he came out. So even if someone is yelling and all on the road, no, that is not my main task. My focus is somewhere different. So that's how you go ahead. That is mati. And the last one is dakshyam. Now, what is dakshyam? Dakshyam is the capability to complete the task, the ability to complete the task. And when you are supposed to complete the task, you will see a lot of troubles coming in. And see, here Simhika is pulling Swamy Hanuman using the shadow. See, our weakness is like our shadow. See, we might be very good in front of everyone, but we know our weaknesses when we are alone. So in a poetic way, it is shown as our shadow. So you want to achieve something great, you have a weakness. For example, you might have a social media weakness. You're working hard, but then when you become alone, this social media weakness takes over and it eats into your time. Now, how do you come out of this? Look at what Swamy Hanuman did to Simhika. He touched Mainaka and left. With Surasa, he became small and he came out. But when it comes to Nishiddha Karma, when it comes to time wasters, when it comes to our own darker side, you will have to kill the darker side. Otherwise, it will come back to you. So that's the metaphorical meaning of someone pulling your shadow. So Simhika was pulling the shadow means it was the weakness that she is trying to cash on. So Swamy Hanuman went and he cuts off all the marmasthanas of her, which means he essentially kills that demon and then finishes the task. I'm repeating again: Dhriti is courage, Drishti is focus, Mati is to differentiate as to what is more important, what is less important, and finishing the less important tasks in as much non-intrusive way as possible. And finally, Dakshyam, where you gain control by showing your self-control and and by showing your expertise in handling situations. And also, so these are the four qualities that Swamy Hanuman has shown here. For Dhriti, the very point that he wanted to cross the ocean by flying, that is Dhriti. No one did before. Drishti, the Satvika Atanka that came from Mainaka, he handled it. Mati, the Rajasika Atanka that came from Surasa, where he had to do it, there was no other go. And lastly, the Tamasika Atanka that came from Simhika, where the weakness was trying to pull him down, or the Chayagrahini was trying to pull him down. He overcame her. So Dhrutir, Drushtir, Matir, Dakshyam, Swakarmasu Nisi. So again, when you look at it from a yogic perspective, it actually means that when you want to go and reach the Sahasrara and find the Ananda there, you will have to clear the Sattva, Rajas and Tamo gunas, all the three gunas. Sattva guna, where things are very, very happy towards you. Rajo guna, where you have to do some work. Tamo guna, which is something that you should avoid at all costs. So you'll have to cross all these barriers to finally reach the Tripura Sundari Ma. So that is a layered meaning for this, or for these three Atankas that we have got to discuss here. Now, Swamy Hanuman has landed in Lanka. Now, how would he go ahead with the tasks in Lanka? That's something for us to see in our next episode. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Sarvam Swami Charanarvinda Arpanamastu. Swasti. Jai Shri Ram.